Do you know how long it's going to take me to decompress tonight? Just holding his beast in, like I'm going to have to rewatch that clip you put up
over and over and over and over.
That was a good one too.
He's just going to watch it on repeat like this, like some sort of psychopath at 2 in the morning.
Tomorrow I'll be like, Mike, you did it tonight.
This is going to hurt. It's time for the Suffering Podcast.
We should be having this discussion in the Grand Saloon. They're one of our sponsors, 940 Van Houten Avenue. We could sit there and laugh all night, eat the greatest food in the world, and be taken care of by Nick and his crew over there. They're awesome. So go visit the Grand Saloon. Go to thegrandsaloon.com. That's grand with an E.
You know what? We may be able to do that because we may be having a remote show from there coming up.
Coming up on our 2-year anniversary. We've been doing this show for 2 years come December.
So we may be going to the Grand Saloon doing a, we're still, it's in the works right now, but we may.
Nick's a big cigar guy too. Yeah. We got to introduce him to Frontline Cigars.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they all know each other in that sense.
That's some community right there.
But if you go, so Frontline Cigars also takes care of it. You go to frontlinecigars.com and you put in TSP, you get a 15% discount. I don't know if you're a cigar smoker. You should be.
You telling me about the internet and everything and .com things? Okay. Hold on, let me get right on it.
Go on, Kevin. Go on dis.com.
You guys are going to really appreciate the essence of my this and that.
When you go for
D's and those and this and that,
whatever brain, electrotherapy, he's going to come in and he's like, "Hello, I'm Mike DePalma. How are you?"
Hi, this is Mike DePalma.
This is Mike DePalma.
He'll be like Kramer from Seinfeld when he tries to act smart.
Every letter is going to be enunciated. That's pronounced.
Pronounced. Enunciated is pronounced.
Things are confused.
It's not a graduation rite. Mike DePalma is enunciating today.
Come on, let's get back to the show, will you?
Hey, Mike,
please.
I ran into a friend of yours the other day. Friend of ours, Nikki Burke.
Where?
I don't know if I could tell you. It was a.
He's retired. Yeah, he's retired. Yeah.
It was a Hoboken PBA barbecue.
You weren't invited.
That you probably weren't invited to.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Everybody's there. Everybody there. Their name was Comp.
Oh, Comp.
Hey, Comp. Hey, Comp. Hey, Comp. Hey, Comp. Mike, this is Comp. Mike, this is Comp.
Hey,
Mike,
Comp.
this is Comp.
That's a real.
Well, the thought process in
famous
Hoboken might be a
saying.
little skewed, so they can't bust each other's balls. Instead of calling them dickhead or jerk off or something, it's just Comp.
Yeah, it's just Comp. It's like brother. Hey, what's up, Comp?
Well, Comp
And
is short
here's
for
But
compadre,
here's the real
right?
thing.
There's
Because
not even a Latin base to that.
you forget names.
No, it's Italian.
So everybody's a Comp. It's Italian, like compadre.
Compadre, short for compadre.
Compadre, I know it.
Did you get that on? I just actually educated Kevin Donaldson with compadre.
Actually, in Italian, it's compare.
I don't. I'm just. You have to just
Compadre.
Go.
Compadre is more Spanish.
You have to correct me.
I'm sorry. It's
moment.
the truth.
It's Costa Rican.
It's Costa.
No, everybody does Comp. Yeah, it is. It's a
Comp.
It's a historic.
I don't know, man. That don't sound right. You got some Comp
everybody says
Comp
it.
on your chin.
There's another one, Shim.
Shim. I know what a shim is.
Shim's
yeah,
like
it's the thing you put under the
Nah,
wood.
it's like,
Oh,
man,
no.
he's a shim. Like, he's, I don't know. It's like mangle. He's just fucked up. You're a shim.
See, and that's not a good word here because a lot of people call a shim like a he, she, a shim. And
we got one of our family is a transgender.
So don't say shim here
We can
anymore.
hook you up. Ashley is single and ready to mingle.
I'm good.
Ashley's cool as hell, man.
Ashley's cool.
And her brother Mark and his husband,
Nick.
his soon-to-be husband Nick, awesome people.
I'm good, Comp. I'm good.
I'm good, Shim.
I'm good.
So that's immediately where your mind goes.
Do you
when
know
we start
how,
talking
long
about
it's
that,
going to take me
to
to decompress tonight? Just holding his beast in, like it's. I'm going to have to rewatch that clip you put up
over and over and over and over.
That was a good one too.
He's just going to watch it on repeat like this, like some sort of psychopath at 2 in the morning.
Tomorrow I'll be like, Mike, you did it tonight. You really did it.
His steering wheel's going to be like a triangle by the time he gets home. He's going to be beating it up the whole night.
Now, so
let's reel this back in, please.
You've broken people's balls. Yeah. I know. I've seen it. I've heard it.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt bad for it? Have you ever felt bad about doing it?
Well, if it affected somebody and I knew it did, I would. Sometimes I guess you don't realize.
You get caught in a moment.
Right. 100%. I'm not that, hey, it's this, I usually 1 or 2 days I'll be like, damn.
Is it like, do you ever give someone a call and say, really sorry about that, man?
100. I'm always open to. I'll say I'm sorry.
We're just having fun.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm very.
I've done that before. Hey, listen, if you were offended the other night, I'm sorry. We were just having fun.
Next time I'll wear my pants. Well, Mike has firsthand experience of the line of not breaking balls, but making jokes against somebody he doesn't really know at the inappropriate times. So when we had Clark Fredericks in here, and oh, dude, it was like a fart in church. It was so
story.
bad. Whoa. So Mike, it's getting tight in here. Like it's getting tense. And Mike.
And now you know how I am. When it gets tense, I'll generally throw a joke out there to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
And Mike tries to throw in this thing of humor.
He laughed at it. He called me the next day and said it was hysterical.
But
at that point, though,
the optics on camera, I was like, oh, I didn't know what to do. He talks about the Boy Scout lawsuit.
He was talking
Scout.
about the Boy Scout lawsuit.
He looks at me and goes, wasn't that one you were involved in too? And he goes, this is my drama here, Yeah.
There's another one where we were talking about grooming.
Yeah.
And I threw in a joke there, and he goes, Jesus Christ, I'm talking about grooming, and you're going to drop a joke in?
Well, I just talked to him the other night, and I did the same thing you did. He goes, yeah, and I want to find a new job. And I said, I heard you can get Boy Scout leader.
And
he goes,
yeah, and
I gotta admit, you get raw.
He does, doesn't he?
You get raw,
and he blames me.
Yeah, no, I have to like you want to be honest here.
I need
raw.
examples. You
just did one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was.
And then Arthur Dell.
Otta.
Oh yeah, Otta.
Right?
Otta. Is that the movie?
The
that was the movie with
and Auteur is
Dudley
a filmmaker.
Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli. Arthur.
And Auteur is a filmmaker, just so you
Arthur.
know. Yeah, I did.
Yes,
I did.
You did. And the Artie Dell episode, you did.
Yeah, you get raw.
Yeah. He said
I
that.
said maybe it was the jeans you were wearing or something because some guy hit on him in a bus.
Yeah.
As he's getting raped by this other kid.
And you also said that you knew some priests back in the day that.
Oh yeah, because I didn't
fondled little, and you felt bad because they never touched you.
I said, "What am I unattractive?"
Maybe it was the jeans you were wearing. I was so offended by that myself.
I could tell. I don't
condone.
But that's an example. And at the time, I know Artie pretty well now. Yeah. But at the time, I didn't know him. Mike didn't know Clark, and you're trying to relieve tension because that's how you relate to people you're friendly with.
Yeah.
And you misstep. And then afterwards, you just sort of look at yourself like, I can't believe I just fucking.
Well, that's what we were saying before about the cell phones. There's no unsend button on there.
Yeah.
After you say it, it's out there. It's, now it's recorded. If we weren't recording, I could say something to you and then just deny ever saying it. But now it's recorded, and believe me, Andrew will not let any of that go.
So, how do you go about fixing that when you misstep like that? You misstep with somebody who you don't know real well. You try to land a joke to break the tension.
Some people be like, oh, fuck, who gives it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was me, I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. You know what I mean? I don't, and then you got to fix it with inside yourself. You got to just, have that in the back of your mind. Next time you kind of never know who you're talking to, what's behind that person, what's going on in that person's mind.
But see, the common things with guys, and we say it all the time, is I wouldn't break your balls if I didn't care about you.
That's us.
Yeah,
that's us. Yeah,
I wouldn't talk.
And that's
to you.
the way it was in a PD. If you didn't have these old timers talking to you,
yeah,
you were not well liked.
If they didn't break your balls, that means you weren't accepted.
Right.
So it's like a rite of passage for guys, to be accepted into the group, to have your balls broken.
Yeah.
But now, again, getting back to what we were saying before, do women do that? Is a rite of passage for women?
I think just women. Women are crueler in gen.
I think
they're
women,
gentler, but they're much more cruel.
I think women get together and break guys' balls amongst each other instead of breaking each other's balls.
I agree.
Maybe they'll bust their one girl will bust her husband's or her friend's husband's balls or her friend's boyfriend's balls or something. To the woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't picture women sitting around a table like this doing what we're doing.
I don't know about you guys, but I appreciate it when people give it back to me.
100%.
Oh yeah.
I'll respect you more if you tell me like it is. Even if you mess up, hey Mike, that was all right. Listen, how do we fix this? How, you know, like when we spoke, I was like, how do we fix this? But I think it was a mutual thing. It was like, all right, let's just, it's over.
No. If
breaking balls.
If you were breaking somebody's balls, and if they're not giving it back to you, number one, it's no fun.
Right.
All right. But you respect them so much more when they give it back to you.
Right.
I do anyway. Except I'll usually come at them like I'll break their balls, and then they'll come at me with one. I'm like, dude, that's really fucked up. Kind of hurt my feelings.
But then you gotta know when to stop. You know what I mean? It could go.
We all know those people who don't know when to stop.
Right.
Okay.
And that's nowadays, it's much more intense and scary. Like, you know, for my children, whatever it is with social media, so forth and so on, that's out there.
But you know, we've all, the three of us have all gone through some shit.
The tree.
The three of us.
The three of us.
I'm
The three of us.
definitely see what's happening. You love me.
See,
You really do.
not really.
We wouldn't talk to you if we
I'm
didn't.
just now you're just starting to talk like me.
No, actually, the guest we had bailed out tonight, so we had to go with Mike tonight.
See, that's not.
No, but the three of us have all gone through some shit, right? And the way we got through it was breaking balls and through laughter. So, I mean, breaking balls really does have a good side to it.
Breaking balls is a gift.
Yeah.
It really is a gift in so many different ways. It brings back to a place of normalcy. It allows that other person, especially if they're anything like me or the people in this room here, it allows the other people to know, okay, well, this guy likes me. He's breaking my balls.
Yeah.
And it could knock you down a peg when you think you're getting too fucking big for your britches. Britches or pants, Mike. When you think you're getting too big for your britches, you know, they knock you down a couple pegs. And
BRITCHES.
You know.
Mike's getting too big for his bitches.
That's just not right.
Yeah, I stepped over the line again.
Just,
Sorry.
yeah, this is getting a little.
Sorry.
Can either of you remember your pinnacle of breaking somebody's balls? That one thing that you said to somebody where they just had nothing to, they wanted to, but they just had nothing to return. That one time.
I know mine.
What do you got?
We had a guy that he used to fuck up all the time. In law enforcement, he used to fuck up all the time. And we used to call it, you know, guy fucks up. Yeah, he stepped on his dick. Right? So the guy was talking one day, and he's like, yeah, I got a big dick. And he said, listen, I don't know if your dick is the biggest, but I know it's the flattest. You stepped on it so many fucking times. Everybody busted out laughing. The guy wanted to kick my fucking ass.
I'll be third on this one.
Be third?
I'll be third.
You know what? I can. You mean breaking balls? Sometimes I would just say things and not realize. You know what I mean? Can you imagine not realize what I was?
Sometimes we all go over
This
the
guy's
line.
breaking balls.
Some of my best work.
Come on, I'm being serious right now. You know, I'm gonna give you a picture when I was in my military uniform. You're gonna put that up there next.
Listen, I was going through my phone trying to get pictures to send to him to put up there, but he won't do it. I got Academy pictures with us.
Okay,
I got a
yeah.
picture of you marching in a parade.
I could, yeah. It's not. Wait, I got to get back to this. I don't want to lose. Okay. It was actually.
Don't you lose your train of thought.
A good friend of mine, and I didn't realize he just got a lot of work on his teeth, and I you know, we always break balls, whatever, and I just came right out in front of. I was like, damn, look at those fucking choppers, you know. And I didn't realize like it kind of devastated him, you know. I was like, oh my god. But sometimes I don't realize because you want to think that everybody's the same as us, you know what I mean? But they're not, you know. People take it the wrong way.
I got my son really good. So there was a reel. It was either a reel or a TikTok thing where the music's playing in the background and it's I just took a penis in my butt. But so
you did that to your son so many times, and you used to post that shit.
well, no, I did it to him once, but I just used to keep posting it because it's me and him sitting there. I'm bobbing my head, and all of a sudden the words come out,
Yeah.
and he just goes, "Oh, poor kid was like 11 years old at the time, or maybe he was 10." And I know I embarrassed the hell out of him by doing
Yeah,
it.
and you know, to make things right, you posted it on social media so everybody saw it.
Of course. I said, all right, now give it back to me. But I do teach my kids this lesson. I do teach my kids this lesson. Don't ever do something to somebody you're not willing to have done right back to you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a rule of ball breaking.
Right. If I'm going to break your balls, I better be prepared to get my balls broken.
If there's any ball breaking guidelines, that's got to be like number one.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
If you're going to give it, take it.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, even there's nothing sacred. Is there anything sacred in ball busting?
No. Well, you know, I mean, even back in the day, the mother jokes. You know, everybody used to get offended by
Not my mother.
I was going to say, do mother jokes really offend you?
Like if,
I mean,
if somebody calls
I know
you...
you're not talking specifically about my mother. It's really just a word, not a person.
Your mother wears combat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
my
maybe she-
goodness. Let me just forget it.
Oh, my God.
I'm
I cannot
devastated.
believe- I
Why'd you
cannot
fight him? He said, Mom, he said you wear combat boots.
I used to say, so does your mother. You know, like, what? Who cares?
So, you know, we're coming to the end of this thing now.
Thank God.
No, come on.
You want to put the picture back up?
No.
Okay. So we're coming to the end of this thing right now, and as usual, at the end of this journey of breaking each other's balls, you've spent your life in Hoboken. I know how Hoboken people talk to each other. It's like a different.
There's a lot of
it's a
ball breaking.
totally
Yeah.
different
There's
language.
a lot of ball breaking.
What do you think it's taught you?
Thick skin. You know, you learn thick skin.
Again, that dick skin stuff. I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Thick skin. You. I mean, it also teaches you like compassion. You know, to always realize sometimes, you know, you could take it a little further than what it's supposed to be. You know, because you know there's consequences. People do crazy things. You know.
Every I don't want to say every case. Every person's different.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know your limits when it comes to ball breaking.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be able to read a person and see if it's really starting to get to them.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got to, you know.
We're all built different.
Call off the dogs
Yeah, we're all. You know, how
we
you,
could
how
sit here.
you perceive some. Yeah.
We could sit here and bust balls all night, but
All
you
night.
get someone who's really not a ball breaker. You know, you got to learn to reel it in a little bit. And
Yeah, I guess so. You got to know your audience.
yeah,
You
exactly.
got to know your audience. Mike, what do you think it's taught you?
Well, that was it, really. You know, you got to know your limits. You know, you see that's really starting to get to someone before ball breaking really does become bullying. You know, everybody can't take that ball breaking. You know, and I know a lot of people who you just know not to break their balls because they're not going to be able to take it. But again, you have friends where you could just walk in and say, "What's up, fuck nuts?" You know, and you know that's your friend.
Yeah.
But if you walked into a bar and went up to the bartender
Now,
and
if
said,
they
"Hey,
said-
fuck nuts,"
They said nuckfuts. That's getting.
Nuck and
We're
futz?
getting nuckfut. That's now you're getting down
Nuckfuts?
and dirty. Nuckfuts. You just take it and reverse it. I gotta start teaching you stuff tonight.
it's hobo.
I speak English. I'm
No,
sorry.
Hobokenese.
It's just like, hey,
Okay.
nuckfuts. You don't get it.
Hey, nut fucks.
I get it.
Ah.
I get it. I just don't know where it came from. Came from Mars,
Hoboken.
where your
Come
fucking
on.
brain
Came from
You
Hoboken.
know where it came from?
Oh god. Next question I'm going to ask is: do you think people are breaking each other on Mars? But yeah, that's. But anyway, what it's taught me is it's real simple. Is thick skin is absolutely the biggest gift you can give to anybody, and have yourself. Because without thick skin, everything's going to offend you. Everything's going to affect you, and you're not going to be able to move forward or get anywhere in life. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So this one was
right.
kind of fun.
Yeah, we could do it again next week if you want.
Well, I got plenty of stories.
Well, listen, if our guest bails out for next week again, we'll call you again because you're like
it's
our
just-
go-to guy.
Listen, all right. I'll just.
And we'll-
I like Mike on the on the show. He's becoming like this regular.
Yeah.
Just he's like crazy Mike.
Well, next time we'll
I'm
talk.
not. No, I'm conservative and caring, Mike.
You is that how you're rebranding
Somebody
yourself?
actually called me. Had somebody Midnight Mike. Like I would turn at midnight. Like after a night of like pounding, I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's gonna
we could bring him in one night and talk about the whole ammo thing. You know,
stealing of ammo.
I never did that.
don't know what.
Not that they know of.
I never.
Statute of limitations is probably
Yeah,
long
it's
over.
not.
And that's going to do it for this episode of the Suffering Podcast, the Suffering of Breaking Balls. And as always, we're going to talk about all the stuff that we learned here. First thing I learned is DePalma's got dick skin around his jaw.
You see how to go there. I was trying to.
See, now that's
That's
going
not
too
thick
far.
skin. If I had thick skin, it wouldn't
Thick skin.
hang like that.
His neck should get circumcised.
You know, I'm upset. I'm really.
The next thing is don't say anything to anybody or do anything to anybody you're not unwilling to have done to yourself. Busting balls has to come from love. Thick skin is a gift, but most importantly, if we like you, prepare yourself because you're going to get your balls busted. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Suffering Podcast. Don't forget to check out Popple. Go to popple.com, put in the code TSP20 for a 20% discount.
What about Mike's plugs? Does he have any plugs? Anything he wants to
Yeah,
plug?
hair plugs.
I don't have hair plugs.
Yeah.
Butt plugs?
What's Pops?
Hair plugs?
Popple. It's a digital business card. So all you do, you can either swipe it on their phone or there's a QR code and all your information goes in there and it's a nice little conversation piece. I use Popple constantly. So if I'm going places, I'll give them all my information. It's got all my social media, all the websites, YouTube, everything.
It replaces business cards now.
Yeah, because on
it's a digital business card.
On a business card, your title's going to change. Well, guess what? You just go into the app, you change your title, you're done. It's a wonderful thing.
Mike ain't getting promoted anytime soon, so.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow The Suffering Podcast on Instagram at The Suffering Podcast. Follow Mike at Mike_Failace. Follow me at Real Kevin Donaldson. Do you want to give out your social media?
Don't follow me.
Don't.
You really don't want to follow me.
You are Hurricane Mike on TikTok.
But I don't have any. I don't put them up. See, listen, if you don't understand this shirt tonight, I'm probably going to be in court on Monday. This was meant towards me. This is very erratic and inappropriate.
Okay, the cops follow him enough. He doesn't need anybody else following him.
No.
That's going to do it for this episode of The Suffering Podcast. We'll see you on the next episode.